Hello everyone. Today I'm going to cover how to use rapid implementation spreadsheet to create enterprise structure into Fusion application. So let's go through high level business requirement. So I'll just switch to PPT where you can see a company called TM Private Limited, a fictitious company to understand the business requirement so we can create enterprise structure. So for this session, I have created business case study for a dummy company called TM Private Limited. Let's assume that you are a part of implementation project A and your job is to set up and organize TM company structure and financial reporting needs. So it works well considering the current business scenarios and can also handle future business needs. I try to make it feel as realistic as possible so it gives you chance to learn and improve your configuration skill in a practical way. First and foremost is to understand and create enterprise structure and ledger. So your job is here to design a clear structure for TM company and create system where all financial transactions are properly recorded and easy to report on. The TM Company Limited had chosen Oracle Fusion Cloud Financials to make their business processes more smoother and efficient, while taking advantage of latest features and functions. Client want to use most of the standard features and functions and keep custom changes to minimum, means customization. And it's always been the best strategy for any implementation project as a part of Oracle modern best practices. TM private companies headquartered in USA. It will prepare its financials report and must follow the US GAAP, generally accepted accounting principle. Also, you can assume that all the financial statements are created using a standard accrual accounting method. Now I'm going to log in into Oracle application. So I just switch into application and here I have user name and password. So financial implementation is implementation user which has all the necessary accesses to complete configuration, implementation configuration for financials. So I just click on the next since the password is already entered. So I'm getting into application. Meanwhile, just go through high level business requirement. So what is the requirement? The single business unit for all subledger transaction ensuring central control. So they want a single business unit for all the transactions of subledger level. They also want multi-legal entity structure with independence governance. Means each legal entity will have their own reporting needs satisfied for their financials as well as management as well as statutory report. Budgeting by cost center at legal entity level. Means you're going to budget at legal entity level, but uh, cost center as a unit to plan for. Then revenue, profit, balance sheet, reporting by line of business. USD as a primary reporting currency since this company is from USA, so they will have their country's currency as a primary currency. Their the calendar tax calendar is January to December for financials, and one adjustment period at the end of each accounting period for financial and accounting adjustments. Also, we have to consider the whatever design chart of account we are going to structure should support the future readiness of the in case they acquire new companies in future or they create more companies across globe, etc. So chart of account has to be built for intercompany transactions. Then additional segment must be reserved for future needs. Means if there are any additional dimension of a business should be taken care by creating a future business which we are not aware of this point of time. So we don't have to include them later and modify existing chart of account. So this is a very important point. Then cross validation rules and control value sets to secure the access to certain people who can do certain changes and add certain values in ongoing business operations. Then dynamic insertion should be enabled as a part of code combination creation. Then intercompany accounting and reconciliation by legal entity will be used. And then last is document sequencing. For this specific you know uh, case, I just have this few requirements, but in real business you will have more than this. So right now I'll switch into Oracle application, and here I am into Oracle application. So once I logged in using the financial implementation user, okay, that is a super user for implementation consultant, and you have to follow certain navigation. So before we do that, first let's clear out what is that we are going to cover up. So we are going to understand how to enter data to create chart of account, ledger, legal entity, and calendar. Then we are going to preview the sample report that is automatically created by the spreadsheet we are going to use. Then we are going to upload that chart of account file which is created from the spreadsheet. And then Fusion application will use this file to create chart of account structure, structure instance, values, and value sets. Then we will upload the another file for ledger, legal entity, and business units. So here I just go and click on a top right corner, which is my name of my user. And once I click on that, I get direct access to functional setup manager by clicking on setup and maintenance page. There, I'm going to see what kind of setup I want to finish. So I'm doing this for financial product. So I'm going to choose financials. Then, since I'm doing enterprise structure, so I'm going to click on financial reporting structure, and all the required tasks will be showcased. But the task I'm looking for is not visible. So I'm going to click on all the tasks. Yes, and now there, manage chart of account configuration. I just click on that, and just by clicking on that, I'll go to the manage chart of account configuration page where I have to download the rapid implementation sheet. So I just click on that, and then implementation has started already. So I just quickly switch to implementation sheet, and I just double click to open it. The file is opened, and when you open it for first time, you have to enable the editing. So this is a overview of the file, instruction, chart of account. Every instruction you have to read very carefully, because this is very important when you implement this setup for any client, because certain setups cannot be changed afterwards. So you have to be very sure how the business the client wants to run, right? All the instructions are given in detail. Preparing your data set, loading data, there is section wise details. And then there is also a sample sheet which you can use. I just double click on that, so you understand what sample sheet they have and how they have created. So this is a sample company in Fusion Ledger application, which comes with every rapid implementation sheet you download. And there is some demo companies they have created, and natural account, line of business, cost center, etc., etc. Okay, so we have also created one sheet for our TM company for now. So I just close this file and go to the file which we are going to refer for this workshop. I just close this, and I'll go directly to the file which I want to showcase you. I just go to upload, and then upload. There is chart of account which I already have created, so I don't have to enter data and in order to save time for this workshop. So I just double click on this, and the file gets open. And here we are. So likewise, the same file we have seen earlier, there are also instruction, okay, and all the instruction you can see on the uh, screen. But I will brief you about this screen very quickly. But you also have to go through it carefully to understand the overall setup of the application. Okay. So think of this Excel file as a setup tool to build your company's accounting system in one go. Okay. Means you are not doing any setups into application itself, but you are creating kind of a pre-prepared setup using this spreadsheet. Okay. So you need to plan your basics, like what accounts, how many of them you need, their account range to track your assets, liabilities, cash, revenue, expense accounts, etc. And basically your overall your company structure, your calendar, how transactions are going to be numbered, document sequence, etc. Okay. So once your data is ready into this sheet, okay, you enter everything in this sheet. Like I said, there are multiple sheets which are available along with this instruction sheet, right? So once you enter all the data, you're going to run the validation check to catch any error if anything is wrong in terms of whatever you have given as an instruction and which does not match. So sheet itself check before you upload file into Fusion application. So if anything is wrong, file tells you exactly where to fix it. Okay. So after validation, you can preview your sample financial report that will be auto created later based on the successful validation. That process we are going to follow through now. Next, we are going to generate two files. One is a chart of account, another is a ledger, legal entity and business unit file. Then we are going to upload this file into Oracle Fusion application. And system then application system is application automatically create your accounting setup for which no requirement of manual configuration. Means all the data you entered in spreadsheet will be uploaded and configuration will be created for your company. So when everything uploads without error, your core structure gets ready. Means when you follow all the instruction and file gets successfully you know uh, uploaded, everything is ready for you. So at later stage, you want more reporting views. Maybe you want to create more additional hierarchies different from the one you created using spread. You can do so. But important things to remember: once system is live, means it is uploaded. Okay, major changes. I mean, once you go live, major changes to your chart of account calendar are very hard to make and not recommended at all. So planning upfront is very critical. System will automatically create ledger, legal entities, business unit, financial report based on your file itself. For example, if you have companies in different countries, it will create separate ledger for each country automatically, which you will understand through this instruction if you go carefully. So it also organizes your accounts into categories like assets, liabilities, revenue, expenses, which help generate reports. You can also define hierarchies like grouping, different geographies, country, city, state, county maybe in US, right? To control and analyze data in better way. My one key tip would be is to design your chart of account carefully so it support your future growth. Okay, you don't want to redo it all again, so it becomes re-engineered, re-implementation project which consumes a lot of cost for the company. Another tip would be you can create extra segment for your future use and just keep default values for now because it might be useful as company grows, right? So overall, this process is meant to as one-time setup that builds your entire financial structure and quickly and automatically. So I just now go to this. This was just brief idea I wanted to give about this information because reading all the information is not feasible. So once you have read, you will be ready to create your own chart of account. So if you see on the screen, chart of account, calendar, and ledger is what you are supposed to create here. So here I have given the name for TM company. So I have named TM Ledger, currency is USD. Uh, the monthly frequency is period frequency is monthly. Okay, whichever is applicable to you, you can choose that. So on that basis, you can open and close period. And I have kept one adjusting period at the end of each financial year. Okay, so you can use whichever is applicable for you. And then start of your financial year. So which month is start of your financial year you have to mention. Now here is start of account structure. Now you have segments, how many segments you want to have. Then what segment labels? Those were known as the qualifiers in Artwell, those who are familiar to Artwell application suite. So here a company I have qualified or labeled as primary balancing segment. Short prompt would be CO company, and display size is 2. Means I can have 00 to 99 companies. Likewise for department, the display size is 3, and departments are my cost centers, so label is cost center, and digit is 3. Likewise for accounts, 4, and intercompany. Since we want to use intercompany transaction and reconciliation and the reporting, so we have one more segment. Likewise, you can have many more segments. Okay, but for this demonstration, I have limited it to 4. So once you fill this information, you go to business unit. So there is one single business unit, TM business unit, and you just have to give a name and uh, enter the default legal entity name for that business unit. Then you go to companies and legal entities page, where you have to enter a company values, okay, parent values and child values, and enter all required data. So total company is a parent of all these child values. So you can have n number of values here. For this session, we have just created two. One is corporate, another is domestic operations. So each legal entity have their names, okay, address, county address, everything mentioned here. Okay, so data is already created. We'll go to natural accounts. So natural account is your debit and credit, right? So all your natural accounts. Here you can see the types of account I have created, the description along with their accounting types. So you have to create as many accounts which are relevant to your businesses. Okay, uh, by having discussion with your client and then doing a formal sign off, because these are very critical and important aspect of creation of enterprise structure. So once it is ready, and you have done all your job correctly, right? And one more thing here, I just go back to chart of account. So whatever number of accounts you create here, okay, segments, you have to add segment sheet. So it will create segments for additional segment whichever you create for your spreadsheet. So I just create add, and I come here to department. So department values are entered, right? And then intercompany. So intercompany are nothing but the same values which we have created for companies, because intercompany are nothing but the same intercompany that are dealing with each other, right? So that's how you enter the sheet. Once you enter all the information necessary, okay, and then you come back here and you click on the step 1 called validate. So validation is successful, no errors found. And do you want to preview the sample reports? I would say yes, and it will take me to sample reports. So what you see here on the screen is financial reporting sample report. So here, if I just zoom in, you can see the sample report. So rolling quarterly income statement. So based on the same value sets we created earlier on this spreadsheet. So you can see the 4100 is top revenue, 5100 is top operating expenses, right? So all the relevant child values are there displayed. So whatever quarterly transaction you will have this kind of sample. This is not exact report you will going to get, but similar kind of report you're going to get along with this graphical representation. And these are the infolets. Infolets are quick information available on your home page when you are given your access to I mean, when access is given to your user, client users, they can view whichever area they are accountable and responsible for, right? So that's how you create the spreadsheet. So before I, go and maybe I'll just change this, okay? Maybe I'll just cut this and I change this account type, okay? Top revenue maybe, okay? So when I click here, revenue top, uh, delete it basically. I'll close this, and if I again go into company's natural account, chart of account, and if I validate the sheet, it is going to give me error because I have missed to use the revenue top account in natural accounts. So that's how you resolve the issues as well. So I just come back here and fill the required list of value. So top, I have to choose top. Uh, where did it go? Sometimes, it's right. Okay, no worries. I still have the sheet. Okay. Yeah, here. So I just quickly copy revenue to just check if it comes there. So I have resolved the issue. Okay, and now there is a top revenue account, parent account is available. So before we do the final validation, I'll also like to tell you about financial sequencing, where you can give the sequence if it is applicable to your country as per your legal requirement of statutory requirement of your government. So you can give those numbering whether you want on monthly basis, annual basis, and give the initial number you want to have for your transaction, like for payables, receivable adjustments. Okay, likewise. So since I've changed and corrected the data entry, I'll go again into the main sheet where I can validate the all the information again. So I have validated the information, and this time it says validation is successful and no error found. Do you want to preview sample reports? I just say yes. So we already have seen this report earlier. That's all about it. And then as a part of this demo, I'm just going to create two files. One is for chart of account and one is for ledger, legal entity and business unit. So for this demonstration, I'm going to just create these two files. In next video, I'm going to showcase how file will be uploaded. So I just click on generate chart of account file. Yeah, and it takes me to a screen where I can save this file somewhere. Uh, yeah, I'll go to, yeah, I just created one folder for uploads. So there I'll save. So I'll save in chart of account and click save. So this file will be saved there. You can give any name you want to give to your files as necessary, because uh, during implementation you'll be doing a lot of iterations, so it is important to give different name to your files to differentiate them. So I would say version 1, like here for this file. Likewise, you can give that naming convention according to your project nomenclature or whatever is being decided by your project team. So I just create give name as a version 1 and save. So my both files have been saved now. Okay, and where they are saved here. One is chart of account and one is initial common features. So one is for chart of account creation, one is for finish. And that's how we create the file. So that's enough for this specific workshop. And in next nugget or next video, I'm going to show how to upload those files into Fusion application. So thank you for your time. See you in next video.